and thanks for joining me for another Hip Eclectic Hope for Yang update video. I have a lot of really decent news. Well, first off, this past weekend was the 1-year anniversary for Operation Freedom, when my son and I finally were able to separate from the abuser and, get out from Thomas Stetzer's grip. So it's been a whole year where he's been, out of our home. And it's just a really amazing, feeling to look back on how far we've come. Aaron is a completely different little boy from who he was last year. He's just made such miraculous progress beyond the beliefs and expectations of his teachers, therapists, and myself. He's just been doing so wonderfully. And this weekend, as we were able to enjoy family time in our home, nice and safe, we were able to have some time with friends and, just had a lot of fun together. So it was this really wonderful Operation Freedom weekend. So happy. And in addition to that, as you in the Yang Gang are probably becoming aware by now, Andrew Yang has qualified for the Democratic debate on February 7th. It's absolutely amazing. Not to sound doubtful or anything else. It's just, I'm happy and delighted that the Yang Gang was able to step up and really make a difference this time around and, get some new polling data and find that more and more of us want Andrew Yang to be our president, and more of us are becoming aware of his campaign despite the Yang media blackout and all other factors involved. So, way to go, Yang Gang, for making this debate qualification possible. So, being February, it is coming on Super Tuesday for a few states, Colorado included. Everyone talks about Iowa and New Hampshire, but Colorado also votes in primary elections on Super Tuesday. So I've got a nifty little door sign, which I'll be posting a photo of right here. There we go. It's still drying. I've got some clear coat, another coat of clear coat going on it. So once it's all dry, I will get the panels hung up on my front door, and I'll try and get another set put in my windows. So here is hoping that, help raise awareness and show off that artist for Yang spirit. Because the more of us show support in Andrew Yang, the easier it'll be to see that, wait, he can win. He's not the establishment, but he can beat the establishment. It's going to be a most momentous election. So, and I'm actually excited to see, an election campaign roll out. This is, roll with their plans and actions. And Andrew Yang is so different from anyone else we've ever been faced with. And that's, why the Yang Gang shows such fervor for, supporting him and for doing, we do our best to ensure that Andrew Yang can make it to the White House and get his changes implemented to save us all from a really rough future that's coming with the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So Andrew Yang gives me hope that I've never felt before, trying to live in the United States of America with the status quo as it is. So I'm just really encouraged and, like I said, hopeful in, what Andrew Yang can bring for all of us. So let's keep showing our support. Let's keep taking this country by storm. And, let's make America think harder, So, anywho's, all right. Another civil rights update. I have completed and perfected, despite many glitches with Google this morning. I got the finishing touches put on my discovery report covering the corrupt laws in Colorado which enforce rape and slavery as legitimate practices, and how I would change those laws, and how my changes would have a great effect on survivors of domestic abuse and also struggling parents who are striving to regain a relationship with their children. There are so many estranged parents who do genuinely love their children, and they're barred from them, as these parents are treated as my abuser should be treated. Yet he has the rights of a parent, and I have the responsibilities of a parent. It's really, we all know how corrupt and crooked this system is. More and more of us are becoming aware anyhow. And so I am striving to change the status quo. So now that I've completed my discovery report, I'll have that available to send to all my legal contacts, the agencies I'm working with, the new contacts I was given over the weekend. I have like 3 or 4 new agencies I need to get hold of this week. So busy mommy this week. It's going to be awesome. But I will have my discovery report to share with all of these agencies to, save time over the phone and to save time on, me typing emails. I'll be able to, send a quick summary on this document and the other essays that I've written, regarding the slavery and rape laws and our experience at the hands of Thomas Stetzer. So, really looking forward to, making ripples in the pond and changing the corruption and just shining a light on it, making the parasites just, I don't know. I'm angry at corruption, but I'm hopeful at the change to end it with, peaceful litigation, mediation, with organizations, not with desperate, violent acts as my former owner has done. So, a much better way to solve this problem. But I'm rambling. Anyhow, what other fun updates do I have? Let me think. Now I remember. Since I have my discovery report completed and will hopefully be spending less time corresponding with more people, I will be able to also spend more time creating Zazzle products, hopefully, covering the Andrew Yang campaign more on my YouTube channel, making more posts on my Patreon page, doing more entrepreneur work, because I need to launch businesses as well. It's through my entrepreneurial endeavors that, my son and I will actually be able to get free from the effects of slavery and captivity. The court systems and Master Thomas won't be able to control us by denying basic benefits and rights. Be able to afford safety and well-being for myself and my son. It's, my dream that my son won't remember Stetzer slavery hell. That he'll be able to grow up and be an engineer or a mechanic or an architect or an artist or a veterinarian because he loves animals, or a paleontologist because he's obsessed with dinosaurs. He could work in construction. I mean, he knows more about the vehicles than I do. He's just, and Aaron is so amazing, and he has so much potential. That potential can only be reached if we're finally freed from slavery. So, I need to push not only to change the laws and to deter the physical threat of Thomas Stetzer coming to murder me and abduct my son, as he's plotted and planned and spoken about for half a decade. We need a brighter future, and that won't happen because of somebody rescuing me. It has to happen through, independence and success on our own. So I'll be able, hopefully soon, this week, starting to make more products on my Zazzle site. I can maybe make a piece or two in my jewelry collection. I'm low on supplies, a couple pieces here and there. Anyway, but I need to work and strive on the business end as well as the human rights end if my son and I are going to survive and get out of Stetzer slavery hell and stay out of Stetzer slavery hell. So, I'm going to again post the links to my Patreon and Simple sites. And if anyone in the Denver metro area, would like to, see a viewing of the jewelry that I have, because, pictures on the internet just can't do it justice. But if you'd like to schedule a viewing of my jewelry, or if you've got a party or celebration coming up and the Hippie Eclectic Hope Lady would be a fun little addition to your get-together, I'm completely open to schedule viewings or jewelry parties. So, feel free to send me a message in the comments here or on my Twitter page. I'll let you know my Twitter handle too. It's @Kirchhoff_Sherry. I'll spell that out for you. German names tend to be a bit difficult. It's understandable, So I will, anyway, post all relevant links and contact methods. I can't put my phone number on YouTube. I can't do it. It would make it too easy to get found by Thomas Stetzer, and I can't have my phone number become public. Between Thomas and any other person who would seek to do us harm, I'm just going to have to, keep it to the internet contact methods. But, I'm hoping to see an increase in sales to my shops. As I need to be able to make money to be an independent mom instead of a disabled mom. I need to be able to take care of my son and myself and afford our needs, and someday get legal counsel to relocate from Denver, and just to take care of my sons and my daily needs without being completely reliant on the welfare system, which I hope to leave behind me, and without having to try and chase and hope for a child support check, which will come rarely, if at all. So I need to be able to focus on business, and I need, frankly, I need people to come shopping, because, otherwise, to try and take care of myself and my son, I'm going to need to go back to flying cardboard like I was last spring and summer in the early days of Operation Freedom. It's been, a real struggle to keep our heads above water while we're being persecuted by the legal system because of my disabled status and because of my son's connection to my rapist, who's a serial predator. So we need to be freed from captivity once and for all. but that's only going to be possible if I can, you know, roll business as an independent mom instead of being reliant on help and assistance in community programs like a disabled mom. Will always live in captivity as long as I am a disabled mom. So, anyway, I think that's about all I can really cover today. But, you know, a lot of really good stuff between, you know, the Operation Freedom anniversary, the Discovery Report being finished, Andrew Yang making the debate on February 7th. Hopefully I'll be able to do some Yangification coverage and, you know, Yang up all the answers like I did a couple debates ago. So here's hoping. But, you know, as I'm still in the midst of this civil war and trying to escape captivity, I'm, you know, exceedingly busy, just trying to survive and trying to ward off an attack by Thomas Stetzer because he's desperate to maintain ownership. So, well, I think that's about all I've got to say for this update. Thank you for tuning in again to Hip Eclectic Hope for Yang. And, you know, thank you for caring about the fight we face with the continuation of the American Civil War. As slavery isn't over yet, it's expanded to such an alarming extent that it's commonplace. And we need to work together to fight it. Nobody can create change all on their own. You know, Andrew Yang can't become president without the Yang Gang, and my son and I can't survive without Operation Freedom. So, thank you for being part of it. Thanks for, you know, literally caring if my son and I live or die. You know? So, thank you, and I hope to be able to chat with y'all again soon. As a quick little bit before my next update, I just want to say a big thank you to the local hallway fairy who has been dropping off such lovely things in the hallway next to my apartment. Nobody has said who it is or seen anything, but son of a gun, man, you know? This track, you know, although you could see that it's been used and a couple of the track pieces fell off, and I don't think it's compatible with the train tracks that we have. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. But that's okay. I mean, Aaron's considering the gaps of the track to be jumping ramps. So even though they're not ramped, he has a fun little imagination, and Aaron and I just eyes bugged out when we saw this epicness sitting in the hallway next to our apartment door. So this and this rug and a big wheel and some other amazing things have been left in the hallway with like free signs and stuff. So Aaron and I would just really like to thank the hallway fairy, for whomever you are, for just making my little boy's eyes sparkle. So, thank you so much.
You better stay hydrated with food.
Yeah, we'll stay hydrated with food and water. Yes. Hydrated means with water. Yeah. And you just ate a salty snack, which is kind of the opposite. But you're adorable, so we'll let it slide. He's just having a good old time. Oh, thank you, whomever's been leaving stuff, and, you know, everyone else who's part of Team Give a Darn and part of Team Aaron. That's really what it's about. You know, I could just go disappear in my car and go anywheres, but this little boy deserves a nice, stable future. And so, hun.
Yeah.
I love you, sweetheart. Aw, you are the cutest, even with your Momo Kitty scratches. Sibling rivalry, huh? Yeah, Goofus. Still working on gentle touches, but look at it. He's gonna have hours and hours of enjoyment on this. I better move on to the topic at hand, so thank you again, and let's get started on further updates, though. Gotta move on to serious work because there is serious work. Owie, Erin. There just went your auto insurance.